Why chasing women doesn't work, and what to do instead. Practical Stoicism for daily life. A man who desires nothing is invincible. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever wondered why chasing women never works? The more effort you pour into winning her over, the more she pulls away. Gone are the times when a man would show true love and constantly pursue a woman to get the love back. Today, chasing only signals neediness and lowers your value. And yet, there are men, calm, confident, and seemingly effortless, who naturally attract high-value women. What are they doing differently? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's an understanding of human nature and self-mastery. In this video, we will break down the exact principles that make women gravitate towards certain men while ignoring others. By the end, you won't just understand why chasing doesn't work. You'll know precisely what to do instead to command attention, respect, and genuine attraction. Get ready to take notes because this could change the way you see attraction forever. Let's dive in. Number 9. Be a monster. Society often teaches men to suppress their aggression, to be mild and agreeable. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to be truly virtuous. There is a vast difference between being good and being harmless. And if you want to embody practical stoicism for daily life, you must understand this distinction. The men who command respect, the ones who naturally attract without chasing, are not weak or overly accommodating. They possess an iron mind, an unshakable presence that radiates controlled power. Look at the alphas of the world. Not the ones who seek conflict, but the ones who have the potential for it and yet remain composed. That is true strength. You must cultivate the ability to be formidable, to be a force that could wreak havoc if necessary, and then master the discipline to wield it wisely. As the great philosopher Aristotle once said, "A man who is good only because he cannot be bad is not truly a good man." If you are weak, passive, or incapable of standing your ground, you are like a defenseless rabbit, easy prey in the world of dominance and power. But if you build yourself into a monster, a lion that has fought and survived, a beast that chooses peace but can unleash chaos when necessary, you become untouchable. Women sense this, and they are drawn to it. Strength is attractive because it signals security, capability, and self-sufficiency. Walk and talk as if you need no one, as if you are your own pillar. When you carry yourself as a self-contained force, women naturally come to you because they can sense that your validation is not freely given, it must be earned. As Stoic principles teach, you must own yourself before you expect anyone to value you. If you are incapable of power, you will always be at the mercy of those who are. The world is not kind to the weak, and neither is attraction. So, instead of chasing women or approval, chase self-mastery. Build your strength, refine your discipline, and embrace the edge that makes you dangerous, but in control. That is how you command respect, admiration, and desire without lifting a finger. Now ask yourself, are you a rabbit or a lion? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 8. There are plenty of fish in the sea. This is a truth most men refuse to accept, yet it is the very key to mastering attraction. If you believe a woman is irreplaceable, you hand over your power, your control, and ultimately your worth. That is the mistake of men who have not yet grasped the wisdom of Epictetus. He who is enslaved by desire is not free. The modern man who follows Stoicism. Win does not cling to a single woman, as if she is his only option. He understands that attachment leads to suffering, and suffering is self-inflicted. If you put a woman on a pedestal, you diminish yourself. Women sense this desperation like a predator senses fear. The moment you believe she is the one, you step into a mental prison of scarcity, where every move you make is dictated by the fear of losing her. And what happens when you operate from fear? You lose, because attraction is not built on neediness. It thrives on abundance. In the grand scheme of life, half the world's population is female, 50%. Yet, weak men convince themselves that this one woman is so special that they abandon logic, discipline, and self-respect. That is not love. That is obsession, and obsession is weakness. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A man who embraces Stoicism understands this. He does not chase validation from a woman. He builds himself into a man of value, and women naturally gravitate toward him. Look around. How many men suffer because they let a single woman define their self-worth? They become shadows of themselves, sacrificing their ambitions, their purpose, their very essence, just to keep her interested. But a man of power does the opposite. He walks away the moment his worth is questioned, because he knows that true value comes from within, not from external validation. Imagine a king who begs a servant for approval. Absurd, right? Then why do so many men lower themselves before a woman, thinking that if they just please her enough, she will choose them? That is not the mindset of a Stoic. That is the mindset of a man who has already lost. The real winners in life, the ones who women truly desire, are those who live by a different code. They do not need permission to be great. They do not need one woman to validate their existence. They move with purpose, and as a result, they command respect. This is your wake-up call. If you are still stuck thinking one woman is the end-all, be-all, you have already given away your freedom. Take it back. Realize that you are the prize. Women respect men who respect themselves. They are drawn to men who have options, who walk with confidence, who do not hesitate to walk away if they are not valued. It is time to step into your power. Like this video if you refuse to chase, comment, "I am the prize," if you understand your worth, and subscribe for more lessons in strength, wisdom, and unshakable confidence. Because in the end, the man who controls his emotions controls the game. Number 7. Don't chase them. Chasing girls around is a horrible trait seen in almost every puny guy. When you are constantly chasing a person, it will make you lose your worth. But what does this really say about you? That you believe your value is so low that you must convince her to see it. A man with an iron mind, grounded in Stoic principles, does not chase, he attracts. He understands that the moment you make yourself too available, you diminish your worth in her eyes. Human nature dictates that we crave what is scarce and undervalue what is abundant. If you are constantly in her space, seeking her approval, or trying to win her affection through sheer persistence, she will subconsciously begin to see you as disposable. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." What greater waste is there than chasing something that should come naturally? A man who lacks self-respect will always be on the hunt, desperately seeking validation and unknowingly repelling the very thing he desires. He is like a dog chasing a car, moving frantically without strategy, without purpose, and without any idea what to do if he actually catches it. And just as a dog will never drive that car, a man who chases a woman will never truly earn her respect. A woman needs to feel your presence, not your desperation. If she senses that you lack confidence in your own worth, she will never allow you into her personal space, let alone into her heart. True attraction is not built through pursuit, but through presence, purpose, and a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. Instead of clinging to her like a drowning man grasping at driftwood, focus on practical stoicism for daily life. Build yourself into a man who does not need to chase, because he is too busy mastering his craft, refining his mind, and cultivating inner strength. When you stop making her the center of your world, something fascinating happens. She starts to notice your absence. The man who walks away with dignity is far more attractive than the one who begs to stay. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Women are drawn to men who are in control of their emotions, their time, and their purpose. So, the next time you feel the urge to chase, pause and ask yourself, are you leading your life, or are you letting desire lead you? Now, I challenge you. Have you ever stopped chasing and seen a shift in the way she responds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might just inspire another man to embrace Stoic principles and develop an iron mind. Number 6. The power of smart compliments. A woman's heart is drawn to those who see her beyond the surface. And this is where the art of intelligent compliments becomes a game changer. Compliments are powerful, but only when used wisely. While many men fall into the trap of endlessly praising a woman's physical beauty, an iron mind understands that true attraction is built on depth, not superficial flattery. Practical Stoicism for daily life teaches us that restraint is key. Pouring out endless compliments dilutes their impact, making them seem insincere or even manipulative. Instead, a modern Stoic focuses on the subtle power of well-placed, meaningful praise. Understand this. Women are constantly told how beautiful they are. Their hair, their eyes, their dress. Such compliments, though appreciated, are commonplace. If you want to truly stand out, you must compliment her in a way that resonates deeper. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Many women battle silent insecurities despite outward confidence. If you can recognize and affirm something about her character, her work ethic, or the way she handles adversity, your words will carry far more weight than an empty remark about her appearance. A woman developing feelings for you will reveal it in her response to these deeper compliments, as they trigger an emotional connection rather than just a momentary ego boost. Rather than simply saying, "You have beautiful eyes," say, "I really admire the way you see the world differently. Your perspective is refreshing." Instead of, "You look amazing," say, "Your energy in the way you carry yourself is something people naturally gravitate toward." These statements go beyond the obvious and into the essence of who she is. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When a woman sees that you recognize her uniqueness, she begins to associate you with someone who truly understands her, and this is where attraction deepens. Additionally, the way you deliver these compliments matters. Do not announce them with excessive enthusiasm or in moments where she might feel you are fishing for validation. Instead, let them slip into conversations naturally, almost effortlessly, when she least expects them. A well-placed, calm remark in a public setting, rather than a desperate whisper in private, will intrigue her mind. Why? because subtlety creates mystery, and mystery fuels curiosity. She will find herself thinking about your words long after the moment has passed, wondering what else you see in her that others fail to notice. Stoic principles teach us that wisdom lies in measured words. Speak less, but when you do, let your words carry meaning. A woman who values depth and emotional intelligence will be drawn to a man who can appreciate her for more than just what meets the eye. Your ability to recognize and articulate the things that make her unique will make her feel seen, truly seen, in a world that often only skims the surface. As Epictetus wisely stated, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Compliment her in a way that makes her reflect, not just react. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever received or given a compliment that left a lasting impact? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, a Stoic man knows that his words are like arrows, precise, intentional, and powerful. Use them wisely. Number 5. Be neutral. If you let emotions blind you, you will fall into the oldest trap known to man, seeing only what you want to see. Infatuation distorts reality. It turns flaws into perfections, red flags into minor inconveniences, and illusions into certainty. This is dangerous. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A Stoic man does not chase shadows. He sees reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. Your goal is not just to win a woman's affection, but to keep it. And that demands clarity. If you allow yourself to be led by nothing but raw attraction, you risk investing in a fantasy rather than a real connection. How many men have wasted years chasing a woman who never truly saw them? How many have built relationships on air only to watch them collapse? You must operate with awareness, not wishful thinking. When you meet a woman, do not idolize her. Observe, listen, pay attention to what she says, what she does, and more importantly, what she avoids saying and doing. If she's the right one, reality will confirm it. If not, it's better to know early. Love is not about possession. It's about appreciation, as Osho wisely put it. You do not need to convince someone to fit into your life. The right one will align naturally. Stoicism teaches discipline in thought and action. Apply it here. Be neutral. Step back. Ask yourself, do I like her, or do I like the idea of her? A man who cannot control his emotions is controlled by them. You are not a boy lost in a dream. You are a man who shapes reality. The best way to attract a woman is not by losing yourself in fantasy, but by standing firm in truth. Stoicism. Win is achieved when you operate from strength, wisdom, and self-respect, not blind desire. The greatest mistake men make is thinking that attraction alone is enough. It is not. A true relationship is built on compatibility, shared values, and mutual respect. Be the man who sees things as they are, who refuses to be led by illusions, and who moves forward with power. If you agree, comment below. I choose clarity over illusion. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with a man who needs it. Number 4. Play with psychology. Do not fall into the illusion that simply ignoring women will make them chase you. If that were the case, every introverted or shy man would be overwhelmed with attention. But reality does not work that way. Women are not attracted to indifference. They are drawn to presence, confidence, and a sense of mystery, not deliberate coldness. Throughout history, men have used countless methods to spark interest, from showcasing their physical strengths to mastering psychological strategies. But the true path of wisdom lies in understanding how attraction works on a deeper level. Instead of resorting to manipulation, which often backfires, the best approach is to subtly shape the way she perceives you through honest and authentic communication. Practical Stoicism teaches us that self-mastery and emotional control are far more powerful than chasing external validation. A woman begins to develop feelings when she senses reliability, depth, and a man who is not easily swayed by emotions. This is where Stoic rules come into play. By mastering your emotions, maintaining composure, and speaking with clarity, you create an aura of trustworthiness. One powerful technique is to speak with complete honesty. The moment she perceives that you never exaggerate, never sugarcoat, and always communicate in a straightforward yet respectful manner, her subconscious starts associating you with a man of integrity, someone she can rely on. Honesty is a rare trait in a world filled with half-truths and social masks, making it a silent force of attraction. By consistently expressing genuine thoughts and insights, you subconsciously plant the idea in her mind that you are not like the rest. This subtle psychological play lowers her guard without her even realizing it, making her feel safe in your presence. Women, like men, long for emotional security and certainty, and when they sense that you are a rock in the shifting tides of life, their respect and attraction naturally grow. You are not chasing, rather, you are drawing her in with an undeniable presence. Mastering the art of influence is not about trickery. It is about embodying a presence that commands attention effortlessly. In today's modern world, where deception and superficiality are everywhere, being a man who stands by his words and embodies stability is rare. If you truly want her to develop feelings for you, forget about mind games and focus on self-mastery. The strongest form of attraction is not built on manipulation, but on being a man who walks his own path of wisdom with confidence and clarity. Number 3. Spawn happiness. A true modern Stoic understands that happiness is not something you seek from others. It is something you generate within yourself. When you observe the most dominant and confident men, the real alphas of the world, you'll notice one distinct trait. They cultivate their own happiness, independent of external circumstances or validation. This is where practical Stoicism becomes invaluable. Too many men fall into the trap of tying their happiness to a woman's presence, letting her dictate their emotional highs and lows. This is a losing game, one that leads to dependency, insecurity, and ultimately loss of attraction. A woman cannot be your sole source of joy. In fact, when you make her responsible for your happiness, you unwittingly burden her with a responsibility she never asked for. This is where the wisdom of the Stoic rules comes into play. You must master your emotions and find fulfillment within. True happiness is not found in chasing or possessing a woman, but in living a fulfilling life on your own terms. This is the path of wisdom that separates strong men from the weak. When you embody this principle, everything shifts. Instead of being the man who seeks happiness through her, you become the man who already has it, effortlessly drawing her in. She will be naturally attracted to you because you exude an energy of joy and fulfillment. Women don't want to be the sole reason for a man's happiness. They want to be part of a man's already exciting and purpose-driven life. When you are genuinely enjoying your life, pursuing passions, staying grounded, and embracing self-mastery, she will instinctively want to be part of that journey. The tables turn in your favor when she realizes you are not seeking her to fill a void, but rather inviting her to share in something already rich and fulfilling. This is how attraction deepens effortlessly. Instead of seeking happiness through external validation, create an existence so full and rewarding that she becomes drawn to it like a flame. Practical Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from within, from controlling what is in your power and letting go of what is not. The moment you embody this, you shift from chasing to attracting, from needing to providing, from longing to living. She will not see you as a man desperate for her attention, but as a man worth investing her emotions in. This is the way of the modern Stoic, the path of wisdom, and the ultimate key to lasting attraction. Number 2. Be aware. In today's world, where superficial advice is sold at a premium to men seeking clarity, you must be vigilant. Many self-proclaimed experts package generic wisdom and parade it as the ultimate truth. Yet when men apply these so-called solutions, they find themselves even more lost. They end up ceding control over their own lives, trapped in cycles of disappointment and frustration. The path of wisdom demands that you question everything before adopting it as your own. Instead of blindly following advice that claims to work universally, develop a deep awareness of yourself and the situation you are in. Practical Stoicism teaches that no one, not even the wisest philosopher, can hand you a rule book that applies to every scenario. The modern Stoic understands that wisdom is not about rigid adherence to another man's teachings, but about discerning what truly aligns with your nature. Think of life like a battlefield, where each warrior must choose his own strategy based on his strengths, weaknesses, and the terrain ahead. A lesson that works for one may lead another to ruin. Stoic rules do not dictate robotic obedience, but instead encourage understanding, adaptation, and rational action. That's why, when it comes to relationships, no one can tell you exactly how to act and guarantee success. The way a woman expresses her emotions, the way she builds a connection with you, these are nuanced, shaped by her past, her present, and the unspoken language that exists between the two of you. This is why awareness is everything. It is not about memorizing tactics or playing mind games. It is about truly seeing what is happening before you. If you wish to be the kind of man who attracts women naturally, you must cultivate a presence that commands respect, not because you follow a script, but because you embody the kind of self-mastery that Stoic philosophy champions. When you move with confidence, self-respect, and emotional resilience, you will naturally draw in those who recognize your worth. The problem many men face is that they seek a shortcut, a foolproof formula to make women fall for them. But attraction is not built on manipulation. It is built on presence, confidence, and the ability to remain steady in an unpredictable world. Understanding this puts you ahead of those who are constantly chasing validation. It allows you to walk a path where you do not need to demand attention, because your energy commands it effortlessly. The modern Stoic recognizes that every situation requires a different approach. The way a woman expresses affection, the words she chooses, the subtle hints in her behavior, these all vary based on her nature and her experiences. Instead of looking for a checklist of exact phrases to gauge her interest, train yourself to perceive the deeper emotional currents beneath her words. Observe patterns, listen carefully, and understand that true connection is built on mutual respect and understanding, not rehearsed lines or scripted behaviors. So whenever you find yourself consuming advice, pause and ask yourself, does this truly apply to my unique situation? Is this advice pushing me toward strength and self-reliance? Or is it making me dependent on external validation? Awareness is your greatest tool. The more you refine it, the clearer your path will become, and the more naturally you will attract the right kind of people into your life. Wisdom is not given. It is earned through experience, through reflection, and through the discipline of observing reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. Let this understanding guide your interactions, and you will find that you no longer need to chase, because the right people will be drawn to you effortlessly. Number 1. Show your values. In a world where mediocrity is celebrated and weakness is excused, there is a growing epidemic of men who have abandoned their strength, purpose, and sense of self-worth. Modern society has conditioned many to settle for complacency, to trade discipline for ease, and to choose the pain of regret over the temporary pain of discipline. But here's the truth. If you refuse to forge yourself into a man of value, the world will disregard you. It is you against your own weaknesses, and the only way to win is through an iron mind, relentless discipline, and an unwavering commitment to self-mastery. As the great philosopher Epictetus once said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" A man who lacks self-respect, who hesitates in his ambitions, and who allows insecurity to define his actions, will never be truly valued. Women instinctively recognize when a man lacks purpose. If you project insecurity, self-doubt, and desperation, why would any woman invest in you? Attraction is not built on fleeting words, but on demonstrated value, confidence, and unwavering self-belief. This is practical stoicism for daily life, mastering yourself first, so the world follows your lead. Remember, attraction is a byproduct of greatness. You don't chase it. You become the kind of man who naturally draws it. Men who beg for validation, who settle for mediocrity, who plead for attention, they repel women and diminish their own worth. If you do not set a high price on yourself, no one else will. If you don't see your own potential, the world will reflect that back at you. The moment you shift your focus from seeking approval to mastering your craft, your presence alone will command respect. Women will admire you not for what you say, but for what you embody. This is one of the fundamental Stoic principles. Control what you can, master yourself, and let go of what is beyond your reach. Instead of chasing women, chase excellence. Instead of seeking validation, create value. Instead of complaining about your circumstances, take ownership and carve your own path. A woman who is developing feelings for you will notice and respect your discipline, your commitment, and your ambition. She will see you as a leader, not a follower. When you live with purpose, when you become exceptional in what you do, women will come into your life as a natural consequence, not as a desperate pursuit. The journey to greatness is not easy, but it is necessary. No woman, no person, no external force will hand you value. You must create it. The only way forward is through discipline, persistence, and the absolute refusal to accept mediocrity. If you want to attract a high-value woman, become a high-value man first. What you chase runs away, but what you build within yourself will naturally draw others in. Stop waiting, start acting. All right, my friend, if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most men out there. That means you're ready to break free from the cycle of chasing and start building the kind of life that naturally attracts the right people. Remember, your focus should always be on becoming the best version of yourself. Every day, aim to be better than the man you were yesterday. Master your mind, not your emotions. Stop seeking approval or validation. The world respects those who stand firm, not those who beg for attention. And most importantly, learn the difference between being truly strong and just playing it safe. A man who is harmless is not a good man. He's just weak. True virtue comes from knowing you have power, but choosing to use it wisely. If you got value from this, drop a 100 in the comments to let me know you're serious about this path. And if you're ready for more, watch the next video on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.